Yo, in the last part, Raditz pulled out the impossible, holding off a Great Ape Vegeta while protecting Gohan, even briefly tapping to Kaioken, but the strain left him battered and unable to move. Vegeta was seconds away from obliterating him with a mouth beam attack until Goku finally arrived on the battlefield with a power level soaring at 100,000. Now that Goku's here, the real fight begins. What would happen in this next part, or what if every timeline in Dragon Ball would merge? Goku drops into his battle stance, ready to take on Vegeta, but something makes him pause. He glances over at Raditz, who's the only one who's battered and injured, while the rest of the Z fighters are practically unscathed. Goku's eyes widen in disbelief. Raditz actually kept his promise, kinda moved by his brother's unexpected resolve, and Goku decided to give Raditz the only sister beam. As Raditz heals, his power level surges to 150,000. Even he's taken aback, marveling at Earth's incredible healing beams. For a moment, he wonders how this planet holds so many wonders, but he quickly refocuses. Now with both of them at full strength, there's no way Vegeta stands a chance. But then Goku does something that catches Raditz off guard. He refuses Raditz's help, insisting on facing Vegeta alone. Raditz is annoyed at first, but then he gets it. Kakarot Saiyan blood is itching for a one-on-one showdown with someone as powerful as Vegeta, respecting his brother's warrior spirit. Raditz steps back, letting Goku have his moment. As the real battle is about to begin, Vegeta is taken aback. His last attack should have ended things. How did Kakarot stop that? He curses under his breath. There's no way another low-class warrior could cause him so much trouble. It's impossible. He convincing himself that must be it. He must not have put his full power into that last blast. That maybe he subconsciously held back, but he won't make that mistake again. He's going to finish Kakarot right now. Vegeta launches towards Goku, determined to end it. But suddenly, he's struck by a red streak and thrown off balance. As he recovers, he looks down at the ground, only to see Kakarot still standing in the same spot, staring back at him with an unwavering focus. Confused, Vegeta tries to attack again, but he's hit with the same red streak again and again. Frustrated, Vegeta curses and demands Kakarot stop playing games with him. He demands to know what's going on. Goku, still calm, explains that he's using the Kaioken technique, which pretty much doubles his power. But as he's saying this, Goku finally noticed Vegeta's monstrous appearance and is puzzled. Raditz, equally confused at Goku, explains that this is the Great Ape transformation, and it suddenly clicks for Goku. This is the form that killed his grandfather. A surge of anger and sadness crosses his mind, but he shoves it aside for now. While the other Z fighters and Raditz just exchange confused glances. Goku just not figured this out, and Raditz just smacked his hand across his head, thinking that Goku should already know this. Vegeta, now furious and desperate, decides to unleash another mouth beam attack, but Goku quickly reacts, hitting Vegeta with a Kaioken ×3 Kamehameha, leaving Vegeta severely damaged. Goku, realizing the threat of Vegeta's Great Ape form, wonders what would happen if he destroyed the artificial moon. Acting on this thought, he destroys the moon, which causes Vegeta to revert to his normal form. Enraged by his defeat and the loss of his Great Ape form, Vegeta curses, declaring that he was beaten by a low-class warrior. Goku, in turn, he tells Vegeta that he could have easily sliced Vegeta's tail off, but he chose not to out of respect. He recalls Raditz's complaints about his own tail and his own feeling about his own tail when he was younger. Goku offered Vegeta one chance to leave Earth, sparking a heated argument with Raditz. Raditz argues that letting Vegeta go alive is a mistake. Vegeta will only come back to try and kill them all again. Goku counters Raditz, however, reminding Raditz that he too had been getting another chance even after actually killing Goku. And while these two just debate, Vegeta just sees this and just uses distraction to make his escape. Even Vegeta wasn't sure why they was arguing, but one thing he know for sure, that he needed to flee and fast. He'll definitely be back for revenge. As he escapes, both Goku and Raditz are a little stunned. Goku trying to lighten the mood with jokes, saying at least that's that, but Raditz, not in the mood for jokes, quietly responds saying no, probably not. There's a chance that Vegeta will either come straight back here or head to that green guy's planet, Namek. And if he does, it could mean the destruction of that planet, or even worse, if Vegeta somehow manages to succeed, he'll gain immortality and he'll be back for sure to finish them all off. Before Goku can reply, King Kai interrupts their conversation with him actually agreeing with Raditz here. He says he could sense a great evil head towards Namek, but the Z fighters still trying to process Vegeta's escape and quickly react saying that's impossible. Vegeta just left and he was barely standing. Is Namek really that close? But King Kai shakes his head, explaining that Namek is far from Earth, and he focuses his senses on the approaching key, and when he recognizes it, he senses a great evil. He falls to the ground shouting, "It's Frieza." The Z fighters exchange confused glances, saying, "Who the heck is this Frieza guy?" All of them except Raditz, that is. Raditz curses under his breath, saying that this is even worse than he thought. If Frieza somehow get his hands on these Dragon Balls, forget Earth, the whole universe is done for. Goku and the others are stunned. Is this Frieza guy really that strong? And Raditz nods, gravely explaining that Frieza power is dozens times greater than Goku's current level. The gravity of the situation sinks in, and Raditz continues, but what can they even do? Earth doesn't even have the technology to even get us to Namek. Are they really gonna have to wait here until either Frieza or Vegeta shows back up here with their immortality? But then Krillin speaks up, saying he pretty sure if Bulma could build a machine that could rejuvenate your cells on a molecular level, then he pretty sure that Bulma could build a spaceship to get on there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the last part, Bulma just built a rejuvenation pod much earlier than she did in Super, due to her having to restore Raditz's body basically from nothing. Plus, with all the other alien space pods that's laying around, like Goku Saiyan space pod when he first arrived on the planet, and Nappa Saiyan space pod, it shouldn't be that hard to scrap those two to build something even better. At least for someone like Bulma, of course. It might be a suicide mission, but what other choice do they really have? With no other options, the group heads towards Castle Court, ready to pitch together their desperate plans. But as they were leaving, Raditz senses a faint energy, weak and almost dying. So he decided to ignore it and just flew away. But unbeknownst to him, that energy belonged to none other than Nappa himself, barely clinging to life and unable to move. It seemed that the Great Ape form had tanked the brunt of Raditz's attack, knocking Nappa out cold in his base form. Two figures approached Nappa, however, one resembling a human, the other more machine than a man. It was Dr. Gero and Dr. Willow, who had formed a temporary alliance, each driven by their similar goals. Dr. Gero had promised to find Dr. Willow a suitable host. Originally, they had planned to use Master Roshi, but Gero, he suggested an even better candidate, Goku. However, with Goku's current overwhelming power displayed in the battle against Vegeta, that plan was out of reach for now. But there was another option, a warrior who had shown potential greater than Roshi and still had untapped levels of strength due to his Saiyan DNA, Nappa, an artificial Saiyan. With Dr. Willow in control, there's no telling what level he could reach, and they can even learn invaluable insights about the Saiyan biology, using that knowledge to prepare for the battle against Goku. How Dr. Willow planned to transplant his massive brain into Nappa's head, I don't really know. He played the same thing with Goku in the movie, so I'm just gonna go with that. But Dr. Gero was able to help, and it managed to secure the brain into the head. Dr. Willow was delighted with his incredible new body, but now it was time to fulfill his side of the agreement. He would help Gero speed up his work on the androids. And for now, we'll leave these two. We now switch back to the group, where Dr. Brief and Bulma had completed the ship, making significant modifications compared to the canon version. The ship is much larger, accommodating a group of people since no one died in the battle against the Saiyans. There are now two training rooms, one for weaker fighters and one for stronger ones. Currently, Goku and Raditz are far more powerful than the rest of the group, but there might be fighters who eventually work their way up to training with them. Bulma has also added a healing pod similar to the one that she made for Raditz to rejuvenate his body. This means they can save their sister beans for more important situations on Namek instead of wasting them on training. An advantage that will undoubtedly prove crucial. This healing pod may be able to rejuvenate Goku's tail again also, but I'm gonna let you be the judge of that in the comment section below. However, due to all these modifications, the journey will take much longer. Instead of 6 days, it will now take 13. But Piccolo is actually delighted by this. It gives him more than enough time to surpass both Goku and Raditz. After all, he does want a rematch with both of them, and this time, he doesn't intend to need help to beat Raditz. Goku and Raditz are pleased to hear this as well, with Goku excited about having so many rivals training in one spot. Yamcha, Chaozu, Tien, Piccolo, Raditz, and even his son, Gohan. He wondered just how much everyone would grow from this experience, especially with the gravity machine on board. This would surely help them reach the next level of power, perhaps even that form that Bardock used on King Kai's planet. Raditz shares similar thoughts. To defeat Frieza, he and Kakarot must attain the legend of the Super Saiyan transformation. It's the only way to bring down that monster Frieza. Meanwhile, Piccolo thought turns to Namek, his home world. He questioned why it occupies his mind so much. Does he truly care for this planet? Why should he? He's supposed to be the great Demon King, right? Yet someone or something seems to be softening him, and a slight smirk crosses his face just at the thought of that. As our heroes continue their journey towards Namek, Bardock does offer them advice on how to achieve the Super Saiyan form, emphasizing the power of rage. Both Goku and Raditz understand this well, having each been consumed by rage at different points in their lives, but it seems they still need one more push, a powerful adversary to drive them to evolve to this next level. As they approach Namek, they begin to sense enormous energies. It's not just Frieza. They don't know exactly what's happening, but they do notice an enormous tree reaching towards the atmosphere. They wonder what is that? Is that normal for this planet? Little do they know, it's far from normal, and this tree is draining the planet's life force. Upon landing, they are met by a familiar face, Vegeta, who is breathing heavily. He tells the group that he sensed their energy and he knew that it was them. Raditz steps up saying that you trying to attack us already, but Vegeta, clearly irritated, snaps back at him saying, "No, you idiot." Vegeta then explains that after he left Earth, Frieza overheard him discussing the Dragon Balls, but Frieza wasn't the only one listening. Both the Cooler Force and the Dark Syndicate, comprised of forces from the Lord Slug Army and the Turles Crusher Corps, also heard about it, sparking an all-out war between the three factions. When Vegeta first arrived on Namek, he killed Kui and confronted Frieza, planning to work with him temporarily to achieve his goal. However, Frieza was enraged by the interference in his quest for immortality by his brother and the Dark Syndicate, and he sent both Zarbon and Dodoria after Vegeta. Of course, Vegeta managed to kill them both, but the chaos had been so relentless ever since that he'd been forced to run. Suddenly, an energy signature spikes. Something about it feels oddly similar to Piccolo's. Without hesitation, Piccolo takes off, following the key signature with Gohan quickly on his heels and Goku close behind. Raditz is about to join them when they are ambushed by the Ginyu Force and Cooler's men. Meanwhile, the key signature they were sensing turns out to be Lord Slug. Slug is fighting severely injured Namekians on the brink of death and merging with them, spinning a side story about being one of these super Namekians that was sent off the planet. He claims that he's uniting their power to defeat the great evil threatening their home. Surprisingly, this tactic has been effective until Piccolo finally arrives, with Slug trying the same story on Piccolo, but Piccolo merely looks at him with disgust, Something about Lord Slug reminds Piccolo of his old self, or perhaps even his father. Piccolo scoffed. Did that fake sad story actually work on anyone? Slug, initially confused, examined Piccolo's attire and realizes that Piccolo must have been sent off this planet as well. Before he could say more, Gohan and Goku finally arrive, asking Piccolo why he took off so suddenly. However, the ominous aura surrounding Slug quickly catches their attention, along with the arrival of another sinister presence, and for some reason, this new arrival looked just like Goku. It's Turles, who announces that the Tree of Might is nearly complete, but when he spots Goku, his eyes widen, saying, "Kakarot? Raditz little brother? What? What is going on here?" Turles mutters in disbelief, and Goku is equally shocked to see his doppelganger. Both parties stare each other down, the tension thick in the air, and with that, we end this part. So what are your predictions for the next part? Drop your thoughts and ideas in the comment section below. I'm excited to see what you all come up with. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really makes a difference and helps me bring more content to you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.